everybody, Keren here from tuppence.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me. This is what I've been making today. Rainbows have been very big in 2020. Everywhere you go, people have bought pictures of rainbows in their front window as a way of saying thank you to people who work for the emergency services for helping to keep us safe and well during this time of lockdown, when we've all been locked up at home, and my husband is shielding, so he hasn't been able to go out very much at all, poor man. So I thought I would make a rainbow card, and I thought I would make it a little bit different and make it as a pop-up easel card. Now I've put the stopper on this one quite low down. You could put it there, you could put it there, however you want the card to display. They're very straightforward to make. Stay with me and I'll show you what I did. Base of my card is balmy blue and it's 4 inches by 11, so I'm going to score it at 5.5. And I'm also going to score it at 2 3/4. To save a bit of time, I've started work off camera on constructing the rainbow, so I'll just talk you through what I did. So with my layering circles, I started off with the largest of the smooth circles and I cut out a piece in balmy blue. Then I cut out a piece in Poppy Parade, and then I went to the next size down, cut one in Pumpkin Pie, next size down Daffodil Delight, next size down Granny Apple Green, and then it was Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. I then went back to the circles I cut and took not the next smallest but the one after that, and I cut out the centres. As you can see, except for the smallest one of all, where I cut out, I had to cut out with the next size down. So I wound up with 7 circles. And now I'm just applying them to the circles I've already cut. And my last little circle goes in there. Now I'm going to get 2 rainbows out of this, so that makes me very happy. Now if you happen to have, as I used to have, and still have somewhere in my stash, the rainbow dies that Stampin Up sold a few years ago, you don't need to go through all of this performance. You can just cut the rainbow arcs out, and that would be fine. Alright, so now I'm going to come in with my little trimmer, which is very convenient, and that's that. Yeah, so if I go to just under 1.5 inches, and that will be about halfway, and this is very super sharp. And it cuts through all those layers of card without too much difficulty, and I now have 2 gorgeous rainbows. So again, I've been doing my preparation work ahead of time, and I've got a piece of Whisper White, and I've cut it to 4 inches by about 3.5 inches, something like that, yeah, about 3.5, 3 3/4 inches, and I've done some cutting with my dies. These are just called happy dies, so I've used this one to cut kind of like a cloud shape here, and this one for the word happy, and the word happy stays in the card. And now I'm going to do some stamping with this stamp set. It's called So Much Happy, and I've lined up where I want my messages. So very happy to know you are on my Stamparatus, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Memento Tuxedo Black for this. So I'm just lightly tapping on the stamp. Now, because I'm using my Stamparatus, if this doesn't quite work, then I can go back and Do it again in exactly the same place, but that has worked very well. I am happy with that. I'm ready to start assembling the components of my card. I'm going to begin by backing this part on the base card, and for that I have a piece of Balmy Blue DSP, which is 3 3/4 of an inch by 2.5 inches. Now, confession time, this is actually retired pattern, because when I went to get some of this year's patterns, which have got, you know, cute little polka dots on them and kind of a denim-y pattern, which would have been pretty, I found I had forgotten to order the subtles. And I tried to match it with some of the regals which I had and the brights, and none of them looked quite right. So the colour is right, the pattern is last year's, but you know, you won't tell, will you? Okay, so I have another piece here which is 3 3/4 of an inch by, how wide is that? That's 2 inches. And it just needs to be big enough to go behind this word happy right here. I just realised I haven't got my sticking mat down, so I shall probably need to go and get that in a minute, so I don't stick myself to my base mat. So that's going to go rather like that. Yeah. All right. So now for the rainbow. So I'm just going to put some adhesive, and you could use a tape runner. The new, what are we calling it, Stampin' Seal is very, very good. You could use that if you wanted to, or you can just do as I'm doing and just use the common one liquid adhesive, whatever makes you happy. Okay. So last of all, I need to be a little bit careful about this. So I'm going to put some adhesive along there, and I'm going to put some along the bottom, and just up as far as there, because I don't want to stick this part to that, because if I do that, the easel pop-up bit of it won't work, and it will look very silly. Okay, so now when I open the card, my rainbow pops up. So just to finish it all off, piece of Whisper White, ordinary Whisper White, doesn't need to be the thick stuff, and if I wanted to I could stamp another sentiment onto the inside of that, and this is 3 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4, so that it fits just neatly inside like that. And I want a stopper for my rainbow. Where's that gone? Right, quick pause while I find the star that I die cut 5 minutes ago. There it is. Okay, so this is also from that same die set, and I have just cut out my little star in Melon Mambo. One small dimensional. I don't know why there's a safety pin there. I think it was in, I was storing my bits in one of these, which was a CD envelope for like a hanging system. So there was like an aluminium casing. You could put all your CDs into these wallets. But it's been a long time since I used a CD, so that now will sit like that against that star. So that is the finished Easel rainbow card, and thank you very, very much for staying with me throughout this video. I do appreciate it, and if you could see your way clear to giving a click onto that like button, I would be very, very grateful. But that is it for today. Once again, thank you very, very much for joining me, and I'd be thrilled skimmy if you came back and saw me again sometime soon. But for now,